it was a masterful performance. As close as you get of a perfect fight against a very, very tough threat in Justin Gaethje. A lot of people, including myself, was thinking like maybe Justin Gaethje is the answer to Khabib. Maybe Justin Gaethje will be the perfect nemesis to Khabib because of his pedigree in wrestling and in striking. However, Khabib did I would not say the unthinkable, because Khabib is undefeated and he's so good, but nobody I think could think that Khabib will do a performance, and it seems so easy for him. He treated him standing up, he treated him with this wrestling on the ground. Even at the end of the first round, Justin was in bad position. Justin looked like he was overwhelmed. It looked like he was like panicking, like he didn't know what to do. Like the threat were coming from everywhere, from under, from over, from everywhere. Like it was just a masterful performance.
Would you move down to fight Khabib?
If they pay me what I'm worth to go down to 155, 100%. I like what Khabib does. I like that he's undefeated. He's one of the best lightweights at the weight currently. So just that obstacle alone would be enough, for me to consider dropping that weight. But the UFC would have to reward me for it.
Do you respect Khabib?
Yeah, I respect Khabib as a competitor, bro. He's a hell of a competitor. I like what he brings to the table. I like his attitude too. He doesn't get caught up in trying to promote the fight via bullshit. If he doesn't like a guy, he doesn't like a guy. And if he gets along with the guy, he doesn't force it, trying to sell people on I'm gonna kill this guy because I hate him so much and do all that talking shit, which I very much like that, and I commend him for that. And I like his fighting style because he's trying to finish people. People get it confused that I don't like grappling and wrestling. That's bullshit. What I don't like is blatant stalling or just trying not to fight, doing everything you can not to fight when you're in a cage is meant to fight. Khabib's trying to punch people in the face or choke them out. So.
McGregor, you saw the Cowboy fight. Do you think he's back at full strength, the height of his powers again? And can he beat Khabib?
Can Conor McGregor? Yeah, I typically don't go against wrestlers. If you were asking me as a betting man, wrestlers have the power to dictate where the fight goes, whether it's going to be a standing match or whether he's going to take him to the ground and make it a jiu-jitsu match. I think the cards are always kind of in Khabib's hands. But Conor definitely has a chance. But if I would put my money on it, I'm definitely going with Khabib for sure.
There's this talk that this guys in Saudi Arabia are offering $100 million to host the rematch, and he says, "Why would I take that money to fight that idiot again?"
Man, that's what Khabib said.
He said that shit. Called him.
Give me the money. I'll I'll whip his ass for the homeboys.
Who do you think the baddest fighter on the planet is?
Myself.
I like that.
You got it, right? Man, I'm a big fan of Style Bender right now. He's got insanely good. I don't think he's the baddest fighter. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
He's sick. Dude, Khabib is just a nightmare to deal with if you know what he's doing. I mean, it doesn't look very crisp. He doesn't look as athletic doing it, but the way he just kind of mauls very good athletes and just wrist rides them and beats them up and talks shit in their ear while he's doing it, he's an animal.
Yeah,
he's a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah.
Right?
You use a nightmare for any reason in particular?
What's that?
Just the word nightmare.
Like just
just because it's KSI's nickname.
Oh, is it?
And so I just didn't
just drop that on purpose in here.
He's a great fighter. He's the nightmare, dude. He's fucking fantastic.
Khabib is a bear. I'm not sure he's human. Like I saw a video of him swimming upstream in a river in Russia, like freezing cold water.
A bear or Khabib? I'm sorry, what's happening?
Synonymous, honestly.
He likes Jones.
Did he catch a salmon in the video?
I think so. Yeah, and in his mouth.
He likes Jones a lot.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Jones is amazing. I mean, his physical attributes alone with being an athlete and being in the UFC are huge. I mean, his wingspan, like his reach is awesome for fighting. And he puts it together great. He's probably the best fighter that
I seen on Twitter recently you said you think Khabib beats Conor McGregor.
Yes.
I'm interested to know why, because I don't agree with you.
He's been to Russia, all right? That's how he knows.
That's what I'm thinking, though. What, you might know something I don't.
What I know is that the hunger of McGregor previously in the UFC compared to now is not going to be the same. No matter how much no matter how hard you train, no matter how much you tell yourself and people, it's a natural thing. You just got paid $100 million to have a boxing match. You come back to the UFC against a guy that's 25-0, and all he dreams about is you. You got your wife, you got your kids, you got your yacht, you got your high life. You taking time off. He's had a few troubles and whatnot outside of the octagon, and this guy, all he does is sit down, wrestle bears. As you've seen him,
Yeah,
you've seen him,
that.
and he thinks when he comes back, all this accolades he's getting. You watch, I'm gonna take that. He's never tasted defeat, and there's a reason for it. I think Khabib, maybe if he fought Conor before Conor had the boxing match and everything, Conor wins. But now there's a different type of grit that Khabib is working towards, not just winning. He doesn't want to just beat Conor McGregor. He wants to take everything that Conor McGregor gets. Oh, he's one of the best to do it. He wants that. He wants to take that. And Conor ain't going to have that same hunger after achieving what he has.
It's that old saying, hard to wake up and run in the morning when you wake up and sat and shit.
It's true. Conor, I don't doubt Conor's going to get up and run, but Khabib's going to... He's got that hunger and that thing to work.
I think skill-wise, I genuinely think Conor is the better fighter, because Khabib, it's all wrestling. His stand-up is really mediocre.
Very mediocre.
He's quite slow, and he leads with the chin, and he just runs forward. And if we get the Conor from before, who say by some miracle he is as motivated as before, I think he'll just be too quick and you'll catch him coming in.
Pick him off, yeah.
The thing is, I definitely feel like that's what makes the fight great, right? That you don't know who will win. Conor got the counters, Khabib got the ground game. I've seen fights that Conor's won where he spent quite a lot of time on the ground. He managed to get off the ground and win. But I think once he hits the ground this time, Khabib is known to...
Khabib's a good controller.
Yeah, he's known to just swarm you into exhaustion and pound you out.
Then I gave him credit for it, so I've got to respect that. He's a formidable opponent, wrestles bears since he's a kid, has put a lot of time into his stand-up work, and he was a lot sharper than I anticipated he was going to be. So I've got to respect that, it was his big moment. Yeah. It's easy to do this once, okay? It's very easy for someone to be given something and to do it just one time. It's like, you put your absolute all into it, but to do it time after time and year after year, that's when the motivation kind of dips, that's when the dedication kind of lacks, and that's when people creep up, and that's what I feel has happened here. I didn't give him his respect. I marched forward, didn't give a shit. I got caught with that overhand. I would not get, if I switched on, I would not get caught with that overhand in any form of combat. So I'm very confident, very eager, very in shape, and let's keep it going. He didn't want to stand with almost dropping someone, because he almost dropped me. He didn't drop me. I got back up on my feet, threw shots, threw a knee, and then he shot. Imagine almost dropping someone with a picture-perfect shot, a picture-perfect punch, and then shooting for the legs. That's a pussy shit, done. And then you shoot for the legs, stand up. And when you beat a man convincingly, it's not really necessary to go back for a rematch, but when there's dispute, or when or if there's dispute, then there must be a rematch. There's been dispute in my last one. I slapped his brother and his cousin around on top of the cage. He tried to jump out the road. This is not over, so there's dispute.
Please, gentlemen, please. Come on, guys. Fuck this guy. Fuck this motherfucker. Too hard. Yeah, we will see. Just let's talk now. So